Hey everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful fall day. Let's talk about Halloween palettes. I'm going to be doing a review today on the Rick Baker and Mac Halloween palettes, but they have a lot more uses than just Halloween, obviously. So we have the Spider Queen, and these are the Pro 6-pan palettes, and I have Monster Bride. Now, some people got a little confused and thought that they may be cream. They're not cream, they're just regular shadow. They kind of remind me of how, like, Wet n Wild is the 6-pan palette, of course, just like 8 times the price. These are $44 on the American website. I believe they're a little bit more pricey on the Canadian website if you're watching from there. But these palettes really give you everything that you need shadow-wise to complete the Rick Baker looks. Now, I'm not that talented, so I'm not even going to try those looks. But what I will tell you is that if you pick one or both up, the differences, the different things that you can do with them, and do you need them? So let's start talking. So this is Spider Queen. Comes in a nice see-through palette. You have a little protector right up here that you can take out, and your shadows are right here, each in their own pan. Now, as you can see, I got a little messy with mine as I was putting it on, but oh well. Now, the 6 shades that we have are Lime, right here, Lime, Moss, Deep Purple, Indian Ink, Dusty Purple, and Carbon. Now, 5 of these shades are limited edition. Carbon is the only permanent shade. So if you are into limited edition colors and you love purples, because you get 3 different types of purple, by the way. Deep Purple's a frost, Indian Ink is a matte, and Dusty Purple is a satin. So you have 3 completely different finishes when it comes to purple. So if you're the kind of person that wants to do an all purple look, likes the purple smoky eye, likes purple as a lid color, likes purple as a liner, just loves purple, you might want to pick this up. And also the purple and the green go really, really well for Halloween. If you don't know this, when you combine purple and green, you get a brownish color. So you can always use the green and the purple together, and this is what I did on my eye. I used the purple as a definer color, and it doesn't even look purple. It looks like I just darkened it, which is nice. Purple and yellow are the complementary colors, I believe, and green obviously is made from yellow and blue, so that's why it kind of works. I'm sorry if I felt, I'm not trying to dumb it down, that's why it works. Okay, so what I loved about this palette is I loved how well and pigmented Lime was. Lime is such a pigmented green. Like, it really is a beautiful, beautiful pigmented green. It kind of reminds me of almost like a crayon. Like, this isn't doing it justice, but I'm telling you right now, I have it on my lid. You apply this over primer or even without primer, it's really a great shade. It's so opaque, so bright. If you've been looking for a bright green, especially if you want to go all out for Halloween, Lime is where it's at. If you're looking for a little bit of a softer green, a green that's going to have a little bit of a frosty shade, or you just want to subdue Lime a bit, put a little bit of Moss on top of it. And it really gets that shimmer going. I love it. I absolutely love the shimmer that it creates. It can really bring it down. This would be great for spring. These 2 greens right here will definitely transfer you into spring. Now, as for the purples, this is where it gets fun. We have this shimmery purple right here, which is called Deep Purple, but it has a little bit of a reflection to it, which I think is fantastic. There you go. And that can be built up, but it reflects almost that like iridescent blue. And then Indian Ink is that deep matte purple that you can use as a liner, you can use it as a smoky eye, and then Dusty Purple is pretty much just that. It swatches a little bit darker than you see in the pan right here, the last one. But it's definitely a good lid shade, and it goes with either one of these or even this one. And then Carbon is the only one that disappoints, because it always disappoints. Very streaky, chalky black. If you want to make that one work, you have to pat it on. I would suggest using primer. Don't use that one alone. MAC has so many other blacks that they could have chosen, and for some reason they keep going with Carbon, and I'm really not sure why. but that's just their decision. Now I'm looking for something to wipe off my hands so I can do more swatches for you guys. So let's just get this done. But by the way, both palettes contain the shade Carbon, and Carbon, like I said, is a good shade. Like, it's a good liner. If you're gonna use it, maybe use a mixing medium, add it to like Fix Plus, and use it as a liner rather than using it as a shadow, because you will be disappointed. So the next palette we have is the Monster Bride, and this is more for the neutral girl, the girl that really loves her browns and her taupes, and she just wants that one little bit of color in case she decides to be daring. That's who this is for. Now, this shade contains all permanent colors, so you really aren't missing anything in this shade, but if you buy them in the palette, you have them all in the palette. You do save a little bit of money, like a few dollars. I think it's like $2 if you buy this palette instead of buying each individual eyeshadow. But if you don't really love these colors, if this isn't something that's really standing out to you, I wouldn't suggest picking it up, only because these colors are so common. You can get most of the brown, like the taupe, the white, the taupe, this color, all those shades. You can get them in the Urban Decay Naked palette. You can find them in drugstores. They're very easy to find colors. Even this shade right here, which is the brown that has that green reflection on it, Wet n Wild includes that shade in their one of their palettes, one of the green palettes that they have, when this is a dupe for this. So it's really, I mean, the only shade that really stuck out to me that I was in love with was Bitter, and it's that bright green that has just a little bit of glitter in it. So that's my personal preference, and I like having everything all together in one. So let's swatch it. We have Mylar, which is a satin, and this would be great for a highlight because it's really smooth, really easy to blend, and I really liked the quality of that one. And then we have Bitter, which, like I said, has a tiny little bit of like silver micro glitter, and again, it's another like really bright green, but it leans more yellow. And the finish on that one is Volux, I believe Volux Pearl, V. The next one we have is Burn, B-R-U-N, Burn. Brun? Why am I having, Brun, that's Brun, right? Not Burn. Anyway, so this is the brown. So it's a pretty pigmented brown, and these three together really just scream fall to me and multi-use. Then up on top we have Omega, which I feel would be really flattering on a lot of different people. And it kind of reminds me of the shade of Riri Nude, so I think if you patted this on your lips, you might be able to get like the Riri Nude color. And the last one we have, yeah, that's Club. No, that was Omega. Now we're going to do Club, which, like I said, this one has a Wet n Wild dupe. It's a brown that reflects green, has that emerald reflection. Beautiful, beautiful shade. And lastly, there's Carbon, which just universally disappoints. So overall, as you can see, I did get some staining in the skin, so they're really, really pigmented. No worries on that. Apply them over a primer if you want them to just last longer, but honestly, you might not need them. If you're using cheaper brushes, make sure you're using a dense brush, because if you're using something fluffy, you're going to have fallout all over your face, and that's not cute. So you could check them out. I have a feeling they're not going to sell out too fast, so I don't think you have to go rush and get them, especially if you're saving up for Divine Nights or the Riri Holiday Collection. I don't think you need to run out and get them right away. But if you really love them and you want them for Halloween, you want them for that fall season, then by all means get them now. Get one now, experiment with it, see if you love it. I feel like these 6-pan palettes are a great way to introduce yourself to MAC, because you get to try 6 of their eyeshadows, all different finishes, and then you could say, well, you know, maybe I do like MAC, I want to try other eyeshadows, and buy them individually. Usually people tell you, oh, buy one and see if you like it, but you could buy one and hate it, and then all of the MAC shadows, you'll be like, no, they don't work. No, try one of these palettes out, even if it's like another different type, because they have other ones to choose from, like from other collections. Try one of them. I think you'll really grow to love MAC, and they're a great investment. They last forever. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I have swatches on my Instagram. Please follow me. I'm Recycled Stardust, and enjoy the live. I also included picture swatches. Thank you for watching.